Awesome. I think we're I think we're live now, and thanks for joining in today with me. This is a pretty casual video. I wanted to share with my connections, my friends, my community, a little bit about my new book that just dropped. And actually, I've never actually physically put hands on the book until today. So, just arriving via our friends at Amazon, who's also one of the ways that you can get the book, and one of the ways it's printed and published is through their system, their Kindle publishing system, is our new book, Real Results in a Virtual Economy, which I got with Dr. Denis Cauvier. So I'm just going to open this guy up here and share this moment with my friends, my connections. Try not to cut my book up as well. And so I'll tell you a little bit about this book as well. So, hi Russ, thanks a lot for the congrats. So there we go. My first two hard copies arriving from Amazon. And title is Real Results in a Virtual Economy, How to Future-Proof Your Business. And I wrote this book with my longtime friend and mentor, Dr. Denis Cauvier. And Dr. Denis Cauvier and I actually met many years ago when he was originally mentored by my father. When Denis started off speaking in his 20s, he met my father, and my father agreed to mentor him. And my dad really took him under his wings, so to speak, helped him get his first book published from an inspiration perspective, and worked with him for years. And actually, to learn how to sell speaking and training, I sat next to Denis in my late teens, not even my 20s, and I learned how to sell conference speaking at conferences. So it's pretty exciting to book speakers for conferences to actually write this book with Denis. And so what we did is we sat down, and Denis is an expert on human capital management, hiring the right staff, leadership, and of course my background is sales performance and digital sales. So what we did is we put this book together on really how to handle and address this major shift in our economy, which we all experience. We're all forced to work from home, connect virtually with the people that we're used to seeing face to face, and as leaders to lead both our organizations from the CEO level to the VP of sales level to the CFO level. How do I now engage and lead my team remotely? How do I sell remotely? How do I market remotely? So in August, Denis and I sat down with a bit of spare time in our hands, and Denis said, I want you to write this book with me. And when he ran the title by me, I was super excited. And so this book is really about digital transformation, but it's not a book that's maybe written for the CTO on how to lead digital transformation. It's not going to talk about all the tools specifically. What it's really about is the human side of digital transformation, how to create a digital first culture in your organization and really give you the tools. And so what we've done is Denis really wrote the first 5 chapters of the book fully, and then we collaborated on maybe putting some of my sales performance insights into that first part. But the first part is really about best practices on virtually leading a team. We've loaded it with all kinds of assessments. So one of the things we looked at here is that one of the great endorsements we got from Jeff Shore, who's a best-selling sales author, he says, this is not a book you read, this is a book you do. And that's really what Jeff, he kind of encapsulated it well. As our goal was that as you go through it, it helps you assess, evaluate where you're at, and really as a leader, build that digital first culture you're going to need to succeed in this environment. Then the second half of the book, I hop in and I really talk about what it is to build a digital brand, a digital first brand, and then how to lead a digital first sales organization and build that culture in your organization. And so from this perspective, this is hilarious. So I got an update from Instagram that says, you've been on Instagram for 20 minutes today. Thanks a lot, Instagram. I appreciate that. Rate them in my live stream. So a little bit of a feature glitch there, I would say. And so from this perspective, we really get into how to equip your sales organization to compete in this remote, virtual first environment. And then lastly, we asked Julian Lee to join us, and he helped us write the last 2 chapters. One of them is on selecting the right digital partners to help you move into that environment or get better at it. And lastly, of course, is cybersecurity, something a lot of us don't want to talk about, but you need. And so we really put together a really quick handbook and toolkit for you to succeed in this digital first environment. So I'm pretty excited. This is the first time, if you can tell, this is the first time I've actually physically put my hands on this book. And so it looks, as good, if not better, than it did in the proofs. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you feel about the book. So yes, you can buy it locally here in BC. If you don't want to buy it from Amazon, that's great. You can go to realresultsvirtualeconomy.com, Ali, and I will fulfill the order myself here from Vancouver. So that's how you can get it. So yeah, if you want to order from realresultsvirtualeconomy.com, it'll be autographed from Denis or I and shipped to you. And then from this perspective, of course, or anywhere else in the world, Amazon, it's also available in Kindle. And we're going to roll out a bunch of programs. So I've actually got a digital program that goes with this. So it's really a companion program on digital and social selling that we're also editing. So once you buy the book, hold on to your receipt, send it to me, and I'll give you access to the first part of the course. So thank you for the congrats again, Michelle, Terry, Little Woo, Ali, Russ Kennedy, who also just wrote an incredible book on really dealing with anxiety, which I think is a really awesome thing, really a progressive way to deal with it. So fantastic to see a great author log on and check this out as well. And so again, I'll give you a quick byline from the back of the book, some of the things we cover in it, and then I'll open up to any questions if you have some. Otherwise, I'll keep this short and sweet for the unboxing. Is we really cover in the book, number one, a way to measure digital first metrics. So we often say, what gets measured gets improved. We provide a process to do this. We also give you an in-depth assessment on how to assess your capacity as a thought leader, as an individual, and as an organization. And even look at your digital readiness from a cultural perspective. So loaded with assessments, how-tos, and of course, follow-up programs as well. So again, the other one we've worked on that I'm proud of is I kind of reworked the sales competency map for sales professionals, and we call it the virtual sales competency map. So whether you're an individual salesperson or you're a sales leader, it gives you a really good list of key performance indicators, attitudes, and behaviors you're going to need to compete now and in the future. And here's kind of my piece that maybe is a little bit maybe counterintuitive for some of us, is I believe that the safest place for you in the sales profession in the future is not in just getting better at understanding tech. I think that's the ticket to the sales conference. You need that. You need to understand how to use your sales technology stack. You need to understand how to leverage artificial intelligence. You need to understand how to really power your team with a good CRM and then train your team to use it. But everybody's doing that. So I think one of the key differentiators is actually people skills, communication skills, the ability to get on video and connect with people. These are the things that are actually very human that I think we're overlooking as well. So one of the kind of hard right turns in the book, in one of the chapters, is I get into the right brain sales revolution, which is how we become indispensable is doubling down on the human things we can do really well to connect with other humans in sales while on digital platforms. So it's a bit of a different look, but I actually go through the virtual sales competency map on how to get there. So I'm used to giving 1, 3, 5-hour seminars, and so I don't want to lose you here on the live stream as I enjoy talking to myself and to you. But thank you so much. Again, Real Results in a Virtual Economy. You can get it on Amazon. You can also get it on realresultsvirtualeconomy.com. Follow me at Shane Gibson on Twitter and Instagram, and I'd love to answer any questions you have. If you're located anywhere in Canada or the US and you want a autograph copy, just order it from our main website. If you want it fast, like in 2 days, then you probably want to hop onto Amazon. But I'm going to log off now. And I want to thank again Dr. Denis Cauvier, my good friend, longtime mentor, to ask you to write this book with him. I'm so excited about what the next year has to really offer all of us. I think 2021, if we embrace the true digital transformation we're going through and learn to reinvent the way we look at sales and business and even our own lifestyle and how we operate, I believe that we've all been presented a really incredible opportunity. And I'm really hoping that this book provides you with some of the tools you need to truly embrace the opportunity, because that was the goal. So thanks again. Yes, Ali, you can ask a question. That's why I'm here. So thank you. Open to questions for sure. I'll wait, drum roll for the question, as she's probably typing away. So one of the things I'll talk about this is we decided when we wrote this book was we've got two options. So one of them is that we went with Amazon's print-on-demand service through Kindle Direct Publishing. but we've also got relationships with a printer here in Vancouver as well as one in Ontario where we're doing large custom print runs for corporations where they can add their logo, a greeting from the CEO, and even an interview, for instance, with key executives or thought leaders in their organizations as a tool that they can use to empower their customers, their clients, their community as well. So this is kind of a twofold launch where we're doing a lot of direct-to-consumer marketing, but we're also working on partnering with a number of corporations and major associations to bring this book to the marketplace and the programs in a unique way. So I saw this, can I ask a question, but I don't see the question pop up. And so I think what I'll do is you can totally just message me the question offline. And I promise to, or not offline, online, but off video. And I really look forward to all your feedback on the book, your insights. And in fact, here's my personal guarantee to anybody who's watching this right now. Buy a copy of the book, order the book. If it's not as good as I say it is, I'll give you your money back. So money back guarantee on the book. And my co-author is probably like, you're on your own. Speaking at big conference for free, talking about grant writing. Okay, that's what you're doing? Yes? That's the first part of the question. Great. Okay, the question is, should you speak for free? This is going to be my first, actually, as a conference speaker. When do you speak for free? So one of my things is I rarely do speak for free. I've got a few corporate partners, like the Vancouver Board of Trade, where I'll do keynotes for their community, which is part of the business community I'm part of. And I do it, number one, to give back to my community, but I also do it because I know the demographic of the audience are the people who can afford to buy and pay for my programs. And so it's a double benefit there. And so a couple questions. Great. So Ali, I'll wait for your question to come up. Here's another question. When did you start to write this book? And if prior to March 2020, have you adapted your approach since? So we started writing this book in the middle of, the end of August. So we literally started writing this book at the end of August. I've been a digital first kind of beating the drum of digital first for a long time. I wrote two books on social selling for entrepreneurs and sales professionals way back in like 2009, 2010. So I've been kind of drinking the digital Kool-Aid, but only a certain number of people have been wanting to listen. And corporations saw it as a nice to have, but oh great, we're gonna get our sales team to sell like they always have, but let's also get them to use the LinkedIn. And then I realized in March, all of a sudden everybody was like, you know what? This our only channel is digital, please help us. And when Denis and I saw that many people were struggling with that challenge, we started writing this book right there in the middle of August. And we literally had it sitting with editors in October. Took a little bit longer to get to press. We had this big, hairy, audacious goal that we would get it to an editor and have it printed by November. But you know what? It's landed now. It's the first week in January 2021. And yeah, you know what? Our approaches have had to change. And I think one of our approaches, at least my approach is, as I'm promoting digital as a platform, is because people have gone through a lot of the challenges they've gone through, is to be highly empathetic. It's one thing to say, hey, go digital or your business is dead, but I think that's a really tough piece. You've got to really empathize that people are at different levels of acceptance of what's really going on in the marketplace, and they've also got different toolkits, and some of them have to make significant pivots in their industry to succeed. But anyways, that's a long kind of off-topic answer. But yeah, we started in August, so we didn't have to adjust. This is fresh. This is written for this environment. So should you be giving away all your secrets for free? You're talking about grant writing. Absolutely not. I think that if grant writing is something you do for profit, I think it's okay to talk about the process and what you do, but I might not be giving away some of the key insights or the uniqueness. If someone can Google it and find it out themselves, it's not a secret. But if you have access to funding or relationships or processes that are proprietary, that what you charge for, my suggestion would be to talk about grant writing at your conference and really, double down on being helpful and telling great stories and the importance of doing so. But then I would really look at, making them pay to have access. That would be my suggestion. And so I know we have, for instance, with the Internet e-commerce essentials program we run with the World Trade Center, we have Fasken, which is a very large international law firm that specializes in intellectual property, and they do a full seminar defining different types of IP and even talk about where you have to file it. But there's insights and nuances that you pay for to get access with them. And so I would say give a lot away, but I wouldn't necessarily give the proprietary stuff away, if that's such a thing. So Lori, thanks again. Congrats on the book. And I appreciate that very much. And again, the best way that, for me, I would love to see you read this book, give it an honest review. And also, if you really love it, give a copy to someone else to help them really make this digital shift that we're all struggling with. You know, I struggle with it, man. I hit the wall probably in, I would say, mid-June. And it was going from speaking in front of large audiences 4, 5, 10 times a month all over North America to all of a sudden being in this 10-foot square area, my home studio, on Zoom meetings, doing webinars several times a month. And that was tough. You know, it was really tough. It took a lot to adjust. I had to get used to my own company. And even though it was great, and I feel so fortunate that I've been able to transfer my business and not lose clients and continue revenues, it's been a major hit to lifestyle, and it's kind of stressful to be locked into a room by yourself for days on end working with clients. And I was highly imbalanced. And so I think that, you know, I've figured it out since then, but I think the key factor here is the digital shift that we're all making. It also has to go with a lifestyle shift where we do invest in our personal health. We do invest in turning the screen off. We do make sure we still spend quality time with the family, but also be easy on ourselves. I think that's the other key factor, is realize that if you're feeling a little stressed, a little bit anxious, or feeling a little bit blue on a Monday, maybe give yourself a break. There's a lot of ambient stress out there. There's a lot of screen time going on. Maybe the best thing you do is not work harder, but take an hour off and go meditate, go walk, connect with a friend in a meaningful way. So, yeah, Ali, we can speak more about this offline, but I think there's a way where you can give a lot away around grant writing, or form a partnership with an organization that does grant writing and don't even do the grants. Just pass them the lead and get a commission. If you're really good at speaking, maybe get out of the grant writing, which takes hours and hours to do, and just get more seminars and then pass the leads off, right? Hey, Hussein, nice to see you. Thanks, Mike. And I think Hussein is dropping a new book soon, or is about to, I believe. Am I wrong? Or is it a new podcast? He just dropped a new podcast, which is, you know, Hussein is an incredible expert and leader in the area of startups, especially tech, and creativity and innovation. And so I think he's got a new podcast dropping soon, which is awesome, and I'm looking forward to it as well. So I see a few couple questions. That was from John. So thanks, John, again. Nice to see you. So look, I'm going to log off. You're working on one right now, Hussein. That's fantastic. Well, let us know and I'll give a shout out. And again, Shane Gibson, Dr. Denis Cauvier wrote the book Real Results in a Virtual Economy. Pick up your copy. Would absolutely love your feedback, your thoughts. Love the opportunity to get a podcast to hop on, even just a casual live stream. Or book a one-on-one Zoom to chat about how maybe I can help, Denis and I can help you and your organization do this shift. So again, thanks to everybody on Instagram, to Facebook, to other platforms I'm live streaming on. And and yeah, Hussein, 100%, love to be on your show. We're way overdue. We can't do a coffee right now, but this sounds like a great opportunity. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thanks everybody. And again, order your copies. And man, I'm fired up to actually get this physically in my hands. You know, I had actually had another version. Where's it at? Let's see if I can find it here. So Peter Lag taught me this. Peter Lag, of course, is winner of the Golden Gavel Award, one of the top speakers in the world for many years. And he taught me, or shared with me, that one of the ways to make his first book real was that he took the cover and printed it before he'd written the book. And this, of course, is a great book, but the book is actually called Training the Mind. Cultivating Loving Kindness is actually the book. But what I did is I printed it off, and I actually put this in the physical copy, and actually kind of set it on my shelf and made it part of visualizing the creation of the book to make it real. So this was one of the things that I did. But man, I can tell you that the actual book looks even sexier than the mock-up. So pretty excited. Anyways, I will do some more live streams, but more on the how-tos and insights and information, and things are going to help you really be effective as a digital sales organization and leader a little later on. But thanks a lot. Have a great day.